In just 11 days, Eagles training camp will open the NovaCare complex, at which point the Eagles Super Bowl champions, that's what they are. They're going to become the hunted for the 2025 season. We're going to talk about why that's not a bad place to be. We're also going to discuss how the Eagles can keep Saquon Barkley fresh throughout the season. And our top 25 countdown finds us at number 7 for the most important Eagles this season. It's a player the Eagles simply cannot do without. All that and more coming up here as we welcome you to Birds Huddle, presented by Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL. I'm Amy Fadul alongside Barrett Brooks. Happy Friday to you. And Barrett, now with under a month until the Eagles preseason opener, hard to believe football is almost here. Bart Scott voice, can't wait.
Can't wait. I mean, come on now. 2 weeks away. It's almost here. It's just for training camp. I can't wait to sit back and watch football. My guys out there on the field, even though it's in, not even in preseason mode. We're just in training camp mode. So I can't wait.
Yeah, we'll be out there at camp. We'll be taking in all the sites. Of course, you can see all of our reports coming up here in just 11 days on Birds Huddle. But let's check out our 3-point stance now. It is brought to you by Toyota. And the first up is, the hunted. It's not a bad place to be. So, Barrett, when you're the Super Bowl champs, everyone is out to get you. You're going to get everyone's best shot, everyone's best effort. You have to be on your game from start. And that's a good thing because you're prepared from the jump.
No question. And when you look at it, you're going to focus on what you did that made you that player last year. That's exactly what's going on. So you have to understand, everybody has circled the Eagles on the calendar. You're going to get everybody's best. So when you get everybody's best, you got to have the culture in that locker room to really know that, hey, we are champions. We are the gold standard. This is what we do. And that culture is already set. The expectation is already set. There's a way they do things here. So rookies coming in, they got to get under that umbrella of that culture. I mean, even veteran players, they probably, stuck in their ways, but they got to understand this is a winning locker room. This is a high expectation environment that you got to go out there and really ball at. So when you go into their locker room, understanding that the high expectations are there, you got to do things a certain way, a championship type of way. Yes, you will be the hunted, but you also got to look at it from this aspect. When you step on that field, you are the best team. So you probably won 50% of those games just because you're the Eagles. They know the style of play you play. They know that when you get on the field, it's about that business. So that's going to help them also. When I played for the Steelers, everybody thought that when we stepped on the field, we're going to beat you up, number one, and we're going to win. That's what it's all about. Having that culture and creating that culture, they have that here in Philadelphia.
Yes, they do. And it has been fun to watch. It's also fun to see those clips because Jalen Hurts is smiling. You just don't see it all the time.
You never see it.
I love it.
And we're going into a season where he's going to have to be that guy to really open up the offense a little bit, throw a little bit more, instead of running. I can't wait.
Speaking of, that is a segue. That's what we call a segue, folks. Second stance is about the run game. A.J. Dillon and Will Shipley are going to alleviate a little bit of the pressure and keep Saquon Barkley fresh. The Eagles brought in A.J. Dillon this offseason, and Will Shipley's role is going to expand, you expect. So it's not all on Saquon like it was last year. Of course, it's not a bad person to kind of put all your chips in.
Yeah, it's not like he can't handle it.
Yeah, right.
But why do that? Why put all that pressure on him? Why not even the pressure, but the reps on him? He doesn't need all those reps. We're talking about a guy he's not the spring chicken. He's not an older player also, but when you have that versatility in the running back room that you can have guys and come in and spell them and be really, really good productive guys, you want that. Here, look at that young man right there, A.J. Dillon, 6 foot, 250 pounds. You're going to have to bring him in on goal line down. 3rd and 1 when you want to get that first down. If you don't want to do the push, you can put him in there, and get, a first down. He has that body and build to go out there and be a punishing running back. And then on 3rd down, look at Shipley. Shipley's 5'11", 210. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can be a guy that you can put in the slot, run a route. He can run screen plays and really alleviate all the pounding that Saquon Barkley had to do last year. We're not looking for records this next year. So, he's going to get the ball, but give it to him sparingly. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You know what I'm saying? Don't use him up so early that he's not going to be as good as he was in the playoffs last year. I mean, we want him to be rested and well, put reserve when he goes into this playoffs. That he's going to take us to the promised land like he did last year. But we do have 2 really good these guys are good.
Yeah.
Will Shipley had, opportunity to play a lot in the game before, I think, the Giants game. And he showed this versatility. He showed that he can play. And we've seen A.J. Dillon. Last year he was hurt, and hopefully he stays, healthy this year. But he is a really, really good back that you can bring in. And, it's not like it's, thunder and lightning or anything like that. but he's just a good back that you don't have to worry about him going out there and making mistakes. He's going to make the blocks he has to make. He's going to go out there and get to those crucial downs. And plus, he's not, it's not like he's slow either. He's pretty quick also. I can remember when he was coming out of college. He was a really good back. So let's use him a little bit. Let's use, let's use Sipley a little bit. It gives him an opportunity to have Saquon rest a little bit. We know he's used to this championship type of, air.
Yeah, now he's in it.
Let's make it happen. Yeah. So we need that type of, spelling for our really good back.
Who squats more, A.J. Dillon or Saquon Barkley?
Can you believe it? Those backs are two of the biggest. Their thighs are bigger than my thighs. I mean, it's
crazy.
Unbelievable how big these guys are, and as quick as they are. So, yes. I mean, this the thunder thighs, I guess we call them,
whatever it is. Strong dudes is what they are.
Exactly.
Our third stance, the Eagles pass rush, speaking of strong gentlemen, despite being a little thin at the edge, it's going to be just fine because of the guys in the middle. And we're talking about Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis pushing that middle of the line right back, disrupting the pocket. So it's going to help even if you're a little thin at the edges, B.
Well, I mean, these guys are going to play well enough that you're going to have to chip on the outside, which gives you a little bit more. Now you can't go out there and just double team Jalen Carter like you did last year. He's good enough that, if you do one-on-one, he's going to beat you. But then you show the capacity to go out there and rush up the middle. I mean, come on now, Big Davis. We need you to go out there and press that pocket. He showed ability, had 2 sacks in the in postseason last year. Let's see what he can do this year. He's got a little, small as far as his build. He's in better shape. He knows what it takes to be great. And plus, he showed that he can move a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, Davis should create some havoc. Ojomo, he should be a guy to come in on third downs and also generate a little pressure. You're going to get the one-on-ones when you're the two guys. When you're Davis and Ojomo, you're going to be all right. You're going to get a one-on-one block. It's just them winning.
We're back. Continue our top 25 most important Eagles countdown. And we're all the way up to number 7. You see the list where we have it. Skinny Batman yesterday. Now we're going with one of the linemen, another lineman.
2 extremes there.
Right?
Smitty to Jordan.
Some slight size difference. Number 7 is left tackle Jordan Mailata. Left tackle, obviously, a very important position when you've got a right-handed quarterback, because that is his blind side. We've seen Jordan Mailata's game progress. He is truly one of the best tackles in the entire NFL. It's incredible. He's made an all-pro team, second-team all-pro last year, hasn't made a Pro Bowl. Not that he could participate because he was in the Super Bowl, but whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine. His size, you just mentioned it. But what does he mean to this offense? What does he mean to that line?
Well, not only, what he means to the line, it's just what he means to the team in a whole. He's become that vocal leader that this team, we're steady dropping off a lot of leaders, BG being gone. We need people to step up, and I think he's going to be that guy to go out there and step up and be a voice for this team, really get them going. He has all the intentions to be great, and he's taking advantage of it. I cannot believe he's as good as he is. I mean, think back in 2018 when they drafted him.
It was like, oh, here's a fun project.
That's a real project.
Literally.
I got to play well. We never played in the NFL, but we never played football, not even in high school. And for him to come and become an all-pro offensive tackle is mind-blowing to me, considering the fact I played offensive line. And it wasn't until my junior year that I really learned how to really be a good lineman. This kid has done it in like 3 or 4 years. Jordan Mailata is a freak of nature. He falls forward. That's instant 2 or 3 yards. Why do you think the tush push has been so successful? It's because they're falling behind him. I mean, that left side is like 700 pounds, and his ability to go out there and play the way he's been playing is phenomenal. So I got a lot of respect for, Coach really put in position, and coach them up, because it's a lot of, different things you have to learn as offensive lineman. You got to keep your balance, push, pull. You got to understand when to set down, when to come off the ball, where your hand placement has to be, how that set's supposed to be. He did all of that. Stalin University, I wish I had Stalin University when I was playing, because that's unbelievable that they taught a guy to take him from nothing to being one of the best offensive linemen in the league. He should be Pro Bowler this year.
Yeah, I think it's crazy because people just assume it's just like hands up, I'm just blocking. No. It's a lot more than that. You
you got leverage.
You have to know when everything's coming at you from different ways.
Exactly.
Too.
And people want to take your head off, and you're the blind side of the quarterback.
Very important.
Jalen Hurts, he's back there, not thinking about anything because, he has 2 of the best tackles in the league blocking for him. He had to look forward because Lane is there in the back. He got Jordan Mailata, 6'8", choking people. So, I mean, that's a luxury, a lot of quarterbacks wish they had.
Absolutely. Mailata played 98% of the snaps this past season. Of course, the Eagles didn't play their starters in the final game. I think imagining probably close to 100.
Right.
Consistency at the offensive line is the key to any successful team. We've seen that other teams, when they have their line break down, their team breaks down. The Eagles have not dealt with that. It's one of the biggest reasons they're defending Super Bowl champs, and the reason they have Jalen Hurts be so successful and Saquon Barkley.
Well, you look at, Tristan Worth for Tampa Bay. I mean, Baker Mayfield's will be running for his life because he's not going to trust his blind side with Tristan Worth not being there. You have a great player in Jordan Mailata back there. So, I mean, that's a lot off your head when you're a quarterback. You have to worry about getting hit in the back. And the guy's size, and he's the friendliest guy in the world. I don't understand it. He's as friendly, good eye, mate. I mean, he's that type of guy, plays the ukulele, and you talk to him,
Sings.
best guy in the world, voice of an angel, does all that. But then when he gets on the field, he's an absolute monster, and he's one of Jalen Hurts' biggest fans because if anybody even looks at Jalen Hurts wrong, he is right there wanting to, crush him, choke him instantly right then and there. So, I mean, Jordan Mailata, he's a special type of player. He's one of the top 3 tackles in the NFL. I think it's him, Tristan Worth, and you got to put Williams. I think Trent Williams from San Fran, I think he's kind of, getting a little old, a little long in the tooth. But, I mean, you got to put Jordan Mailata there. Yeah, you got Penei Sewell, but he's not as good as Jordan Mailata. They try to think he is, but they're not. Look at him, man. This guy is huge, 6'8". He's not playing small forward. He's playing left tackle. A 6'8" tackle to move the way he was, man, he's the perfect athlete. The perfect athlete. I see guys his size that can't move like him. The guy's 365 pounds, great feet, can get out there, stop a guy, choke a guy, make a guy quit. You have to get in the ice tub after you play against Jordan Mailata because he's going to put it on you. And plus, he's athletic enough to get around a corner and pull and punish people. First play of the game against Washington. What do? They run a sweep to the outside with Jordan Mailata out there. He's not only locking down defensive players, he knocked down offensive players. Like A.J. Brown was a casualty of war because
Get out the way.
Get out the way, pushed him down. Jordan Mailata's that dude.